You've heard about hand pollination when it comes to your fruit and veggies, but you're not really sure about which plants you can do it with or how to do it. Don't you worry, that's what I'm here for, to go through it with you. But if you are new here, my name is Michael. I love all things gardening, specifically fruit and veggie gardening. So if you're into that too, if that's your 2025 goal, get into the garden more, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for all things fruit and veg gardening. Now let's get growing. Now make sure you stick around to the end because I have a little bonus fact which is going to help you on your hand pollination journey. The easiest family to try your hand at hand pollination with is the cucurbit family. What's it family? Well, that is the family that includes your zucchinis, like this bad boy here, squashes, pumpkins, cucumbers, even watermelons and rock melons, so all your melon family. They're all part of the same family. Now, why are these plants the easiest to hand pollinate, I hear you ask? Well, that is because the flowers are monoecious. Lots of big words coming at you today. Monoecious means that the male and female part of the flower are on separate flowers, but within the same plant. So that means as long as you're able to identify which flower is male and which flower is female, you can then try hand pollinating them. Why do you want to hand pollinate those flowers? Well, you don't actually need to, but maybe you've seen a lot less bees around and you're not getting as many zucchinis or pumpkins or watermelons as you thought you might. This is a great way to help the plants along and increase your yield of veg or fruit. It's also a great little thing that you could do with your kids. Now, identifying the separate male and female flowers is pretty simple to do. Here I have a male flower. Now I know it's male because it is just sitting on top of a stem rather than a little baby fruit. Whereas the female flower, this one here, has a little mini zucchini attached to it. So whatever fruit that you're growing, so if it's a squash or a watermelon, you'll see basically a little baby version of what it is at the base of the flower. Here is another example. This is my squash. And again, you can just see a little baby squash at the base of the flower. So I know that this is a female flower. So your job, should you choose to accept it, is to take the pollen from the male flower and make sure it transfers on to the female flower. You can do this two ways. One way is by just getting a little paintbrush and dabbing it on the inside of the male flower and then dabbing that paintbrush with pollen on it, hopefully, onto the female flower. Or, like me, you can get the snips out and go for the hardcore approach. Having identified the male flower, get your little snips and just snip it off like that. You've got your male flower here. Now it's just a matter of being a little bit brutal. And I just remove all the petals. And that leaves this part in the middle, which is the stamen, the male part of the flower, and covered in pollen. You've got your pollen covered stamen and you've identified the female flower. Now it's just a matter of dabbing the stamen onto the inside of the female flower. If you have multiple female flowers open at the same time, you should have enough pollen to do it on a few. Just dab it on the inside. And that is your job done. The rest is up to Mother Nature. Now you have to wait a little while to see if that pollination was successful. but I'll show you how you can tell if it was or not. Here we have two perfect examples. This zucchini on the left was not successfully pollinated, so it has started to yellow off and will eventually rot and drop off the plant. This one here, on the other hand, has been successfully pollinated. So now it'll continue to grow and turn into a nice, yummy zucchini. If you want to help your plant out, if you do see any ones that haven't been successful, just snip them off so the plant can put its energy more so into producing the nice, yummy zucchinis you can eat. Now for your little bonus tip. The flowers of the cucurbit family are only able to be pollinated for about 4 to 5 hours once they've opened. So you really only have until about lunchtime to be able to do this, and then the flowers will close up and eventually fall off the plant. Well, that just about concludes your first plant sex education class. If you've done this before, be sure to let me know in the comments how it's gone for you. And if you haven't, and you're about to run out and try it right now, let me know that as well. And we'll see you next week. Bye.